We've all seen them on TV, right? These incredible athletes who seem to just defy gravity with this amazing mix of power and grace. But when you look past the jaw-dropping routines, what are you really looking at? What's actually going on inside their bodies, scientifically speaking, that makes them a champion?
Let's dive into that. We're going to unpack this hidden blueprint by digging into a really fascinating 2019 study on Poland's national-level male gymnasts. Think of it as our secret guide to the anatomy of these elite athletes.
Okay, so before we can start decoding this blueprint, we kind of need to learn the language. See, scientists have a very specific tool they use to classify the human body, and it's absolutely central to everything we're about to talk about.
It's called a somatype. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like the character creator screen in a video game. It's not about stuffing people into rigid little boxes. Instead, it's a scoring system for 3 basic traits that we all have, just, in very different amounts.
So here's the breakdown. Every athlete gets a score for each of these 3 things. First, there's endomorphy, which is all about relative bulkiness. Then you've got mesomorphy, which measures muscle development. And finally, ectomorphy, which rates how lean or slender that person's build is. It's the unique mix of these 3 scores that creates that one-of-a-kind physical blueprint.
All right, so now that we have our tool, let's use it to uncover the first big reveal. And it's a good one. It turns out a gymnast's body doesn't just get bigger or stronger. It fundamentally transforms as they go from being a junior to a senior competitor.
The study found that junior gymnasts, even at the elite level, are what's called ectomorphic mesomorphs, which basically means they have a leaner, more slender muscular build. But as they hit the senior level, they shift. They become balanced mesomorphs, where pure muscle becomes the single most dominant feature of their physique.
I mean, just think about that for a second. This isn't just about packing on some muscle as they get older. The data shows this clear, undeniable journey. As these gymnasts mature, their entire physical blueprint is almost rewritten, all for one purpose: hitting peak muscularity.
And you can see it right here in the raw numbers. On that scientific scale for muscularity, seniors are scoring a whopping 6.5 on average. The juniors, they're at a 5.0. That is a huge jump. And it shows you how their bodies are literally adapting to the insane demands of competing at the highest level.
But wait, it gets even more specific. Because it turns out that even among these senior-level pros, the blueprint isn't one size fits all. The body specializes even more, almost like it's developing a unique superpower just for a specific event.
Look at this breakdown of muscularity by event. You can see that the athletes who specialize in the really explosive events, like floor and vault, are the most muscular of the entire group. It's a noticeable difference compared to, say, a pommel horse specialist, who relies on a totally different kind of strength.
And all that extra muscle, it pays off, big time. That same group, the floor and vault specialists, they also had the highest average vertical jump. Their specific body type directly translates into the explosive power they need to absolutely nail those routines.
So what we're really seeing is this super clear pattern. The seriously muscular floor and vault guys have that purely muscular, balanced mesomorph body type. But the specialists on the other equipment, they keep that leaner, ectomorphic mesomorph build. Each body is a perfectly honed, highly specialized machine. Okay, so we've seen how bodies change with age and how they specialize for certain events. But that leaves us with the biggest question of all, right? What about the gymnasts who have to be amazing at everything? What's the secret formula for an all-around champion? The most coveted title in the whole sport?
Well, using some pretty sophisticated data modeling, the researchers basically cracked the code. They boiled it down to this 5-point blueprint. See, to be a top all-arounder, it's not just one thing. It's a very specific recipe. Years of experience, a ton of muscle, specific body proportions, like the shoulder-to-hip ratio, and, this is critical, incredibly powerful hand grip strength.
And listen, this isn't just some theory. This is a direct conclusion from the study's own model. What you're looking at is pretty much the data-backed checklist for creating a national champion.
It's the closest science has ever gotten to a real, actual formula for success in all-around gymnastics.
Now, this is all incredibly cool, but what's the real-world takeaway? Why does understanding this scientific blueprint actually matter for the coaches, the athletes, and even for us just watching from our couches?
Well, for the sport itself, this is a potential game changer. This science gives coaches a powerful new tool for identifying talent. It can help them guide young athletes towards the events where their natural physical gifts give them the best possible shot at success. It's all about optimizing potential.
And for us, the fans, this gives us a whole new way to watch the sport. Next time you're watching the Olympics, you won't just see a performance, you'll see these different masterpieces of human biology in action. You'll actually be able to spot the powerful, muscular build of a vault specialist versus the leaner, more wiry frame of a pommel horse master.
So, this research gives us an amazing blueprint for the champion of today. But it also leaves us with this one really exciting question for the future. As the sport keeps pushing the limits of what's humanly possible with more and more daring skills, is this blueprint going to hold up, or will the champion of tomorrow need an entirely new design?